Hello everyone, this is a Minty back with another deck review. This is the Hana playing cards from Steve Minty, and on top of the decks there's also some other things that came with it. There's a card, you can follow him on Instagram at Steve Minty. And so there's that, and there's also some stickers. They're pretty cool looking. Thought I would show you this very quickly. I'll put those away. The decks we got are right here. See, Hana playing cards, silver edition, and it says silver edition, and the gold edition, which says gold edition. Silver foil on blue, gold foil on red. There's some embossing and floral patterns all over the tuck case, as you can see. I hope the lighting is okay. And these decks, which you can get at steveminty.com, are all inspired by Japanese culture, of course. And kudos to Steve Minty. He actually went to Japan on a vacation and studied a lot of their artwork and architecture, I guess, and stuff like that, for clothing and their culture. And he came up with these decks as a result. Now, there was some delays in this project. I believe he had designed everything and then he went back to the drawing board and redesigned things or improved things. The deck features elements from textiles, I believe that's architecture or art, and social structures, and it draws on Japanese playing card history. Features aspects of feudal Japan, Hanafuda, kimonos, ikebana, not even sure what that is, and ukayoi, again, not sure what that is. And this is a Kamon or Kamon inspired insignia, which you'll also see on the seals. And we'll get into it. On the side is nothing, just the kind of floral pattern continues onto the sides and onto the top and onto the bottom. It's a logo. It says by Steve Minty in foil, and it's printed by Extra Playing Cards, and it says always minty fresh and made with love. And in the back you see the back designs. One is basically the night with the moon and some silver foil and a bird of some sort, and the other one is daytime. It's a little bit brighter. There's a sun in gold foil and some other birds and flowers. They both have similar looks to them, but they're different colors: flowers, birds, night and day. These ribbons you see on here, and this is the back design you're seeing here, by the way. The ribbons you see on here are right from Hanafuda playing cards, which if you see my Hanami Fusion Hanafuda deck review, you can learn a little bit more about those. The seals are in foil, red and gold and blue and silver with that Kamon inspired insignia, like I mentioned. And then the flaps, just the same floral patterns, just standard matte tuck cases with the foil and embossing. Nothing on the inside, standard tuck cases. You get to the cards, you see the jokers. They got some Japanese writing on the ribbon in the corners with that insignia in there as well, and obviously Japanese guys. One has this kind of a brownish color, the other red. And you'll see that continues onto the suits. Spades and clubs have this kind of brownish color with a yellowy font and pip. And hearts and diamonds have the same kind of colored pip, but it's on a red ribbon, and it's got kind of a white, off-white type color to the font. So there's your jokers. They're very cool. These cards, as you can see, have a floral pattern in the borders and lots of red colors to the faces. The backs, more of the same. Lots of flowers and the birds and the sun, of course. Very, very cool. They're the same, just different color schemes. The Ace of Spades says Hana by Steve Minty. A spade pip with a flower, and there's a bird on top of it. And you get more of the same with the other aces. Big, beautiful aces. Very nice. There is a kind of a golden red color for the hearts and diamonds. Kind of a brown, almost black and go for the spades and the clubs. The court cards feature different figures. I do have a list of most of the figures. This one, Jack of Spades, is Ronin. Queen of Diamonds is a farmer. King of Clubs, I don't know what that is. For some reason, he listed most of the cards on his project page or in updates, except for 4 court cards. This is one of them. The Jack of Diamonds is a merchant. He's doing math on his little math thing, whatever you call that. I don't recall exactly. This is the Queen of Spades, is some kind of a geisha, it would appear to be, but I'm not 100% sure. King of Hearts, again, is one that I'm not 100% certain on. Queen of Clubs is the Ona Bugisa, some kind of different type of geisha, I guess. The Jack of Hearts is the Artisan, or a artisan, really. The King of Spades is one again that I'm not sure. Obviously, is Japanese. This is a geisha. And the Jack of Clubs is a farmer. I dislike that his hand and his sword is covering up the pip. That makes it a little harder to identify what that card is. Should not have been the case. That was a mistake in my opinion. Should have been more like this one, not covering the pip. This one, of course, is some kind of a samurai. In fact, it is a samurai. I didn't get the number cards, nice custom pips. Got this interesting pattern in the background similar to their textiles. That's very cool. Going to the other deck, it's blue colors, of course. You get the same jokers with different colors, and different colors in the corners as well. One is in a blue, kind of a dark blue on blue, and the other is kind of that off-white on a red. And they got a different pattern in the background, as you can see. Different texture. The backs, just like we saw on the tuck race, is dark, it's night, there's a moon. These cards do also, and you can probably notice specifically on these cards, they do feature some metallic inks. You might notice on the silver color metallic ink. Again, Hana by Steve Minty. Same pips, different bird, different colors. Spades and clubs. Kind of a blue on silver. Hearts and diamonds, kind of a red on a dark blue. And same with the indexes, of course. And then the court cards, you get the same figures, but there are some differences. Like this guy in the other one, if you go back and look, you'll have glasses on. So some minor differences, but more or less the same figures. Maybe some different colors, different outfits. Of course, a different background. Kind of showing you the figures at night and during the day. And of course, the nice, beautiful custom pips. These are printed by Expert Playing Cards. Did not see anything posted on the project or on his website regarding what stock and finish was used, just that it was printed by Expert Playing Cards. It's a pretty good stock and finish, so I would say pretty thick, snappy stock, at least somewhat thick, kind of like a B, I would say. And the finish is definitely an embossed finish. It reminds me of a, well, I don't remember the name of it anymore, but it's a good finish, and it handles very good, as you can see. It looks pretty cool too when you fan the decks or spread them out. So overall, you know, pretty solid deck for the most part. As far as the art and the decks are concerned and the quality, I've got minimal complaints. And I would say that these are a 10 out of 10. Beautiful decks, really awesome themes, lots of color, a lot of detail. He went the extra effort, actually in this case he went the extra mile, or 1,000 or 2,000 miles to go to Japan. Actually it's more than that, it's like 10,000 miles or whatever it is. Going to Japan to actually do the research and come up with something that he liked. And he even went the extra mile again when he decided, no, this isn't good enough, I'm going to make it better. And finally he got something. Of course, it would have been nice had he done that before he launched the project, as opposed to having excessive delays for no reason. Anyways, he's got another project coming up soon. By the time this is up, it will be up as well, and it may be done. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thumb up, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.